Yo, L Famous, what's rocking, man? What's rocking, man? What's the vibes, man? Man, I keep seeing and hearing about this Bronx versus Brooklyn thing, when in reality it was Brooklyn versus Uptown in the Bronx. Because if it was the whole Bronx, mainly 183rd was involved, it would have been a landslide. You might as well say a genocide, bro. On some real shit, man. On some real shit. You might as well say a genocide because we would have slaughtered them niggas. And that's a fact, man. That's a fact. But being that they talking, and I'm gonna give you my little involvement in this shit, right? It wasn't too much because I actually was telling my niggas, my regime, my comrades, my little man, nah, stand down. And the reason I was saying stand down is because I actually had a issue with Prince's brother, which is Dre. I didn't have an issue with him. He had an issue with me on some, I don't know what it was, some jealousy shit. I had a bad bitch coming to see me, and all type of corny shit with that nigga, man. That nigga was corny, you heard? And so that was one of the reasons I wasn't involved in that shit. And like I'm trying to say to you and stress, that shit was Brooklyn versus Uptown in the Bronx. That's the East Chester, that's the Co-op, that's Gun Hill, that's Edenwald, that's all that section. Because that's where Prince is from. Prince is from over there. That shit didn't have nothing to do with no whole Bronx. Like I said, if that was the whole Bronx, we would have slaughtered them dudes, bro. On some real shit. We would have slaughtered them. Now, I'm going to get to the part where I kind of got involved in this shit, even though I told my little mans to stand down in this shit, right? So now, fast forward. 1991, I'm in Kawasaki. 1991, I'm in Kawasaki. Tito Black, the comrade, the little bro, he comes through to Kawasaki. But while he was on the island, he was already putting in pain. Me and Big Head L, we had gave him the name Busta Nut. His name is Boosinette, but we had gave him the name of Busta Nut because once we started chatting it up with him, started talking with him, man, go. That nigga was firing on everything, bro. They don't mention him, you heard? Tito Black. They don't mention Tito Black. They don't mention him. And he was involved in that shit. Even though I was upset and I told him not to get involved, but I can't stop it. Do what you gotta do. Because he ended up in like them houses and all that shit, the three lowers and all that shit. He ended up in over there with them niggas. So he had to do what he had to do. That's cool. So now, fast forward again to 1991 Kawasaki. He pulls up to the cat, and I see the bro. I'm like, oh shit, yo, what's up, Tito? So we bugging out, talking, blah, 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 blah. And he like, yo, I heard that dude Hook Off is in the building. I'm like, yeah, he in the building. Now remember, I know that he shot Hook Off, but I didn't particularly know that it was over that Brooklyn Bronx shit. But he ragged Hook Off. I was kind of upset with that because I like Hook Off. Hook Off was smooth, and plus he Fort Greene, and I fucked with all those Fort Greene brothers. I fucked with all of them, and that's a fact. That's a fact. They keep that shit real, and they listen to them, they hear that shit. This is Sean from 183rd with the gold fronts. They will keep that shit official. They be like, oh yeah, that's the bro. That's the bro. So I always knew that. So now he got this issue with Hook Off, right? For shooting him on an island. And I believe it was over that Bronx and Brooklyn shit. It was over that Bronx and Brooklyn shit, right? So boom. He telling me the situation and all that, right? So I'm like, damn, all right, boom. All right, so I mean, you know what it is. He just came to the building, so he's not armed and none of that. A Brooklyn nigga, one of my Brooklyn mans, armed him, you heard? Facts. Armed him, a Brooklyn nigga. I'm not gonna tell you the name, who he is, and he's someone that's known. I'm not gonna tell you who he is, but he armed us. He armed, when I say us, because I went and got that item from him, but I gave it to Tito Black. You know what I'm saying? So now, Tito Black got this nice piece. I had a nice piece. I'm talking about, I had an ice pick, bro. Tito Black had some nice shit, but I had an ice pick, and I'm not gonna say where we get the ice picks from, because I don't know if them brothers up there is still, still doing that same thing to get that particular ice pick and make it straight and all that shit. So I'm not gonna disclose that part right there. But I had a nice shit. I'm talking about nice. So boom, I believe I was in C block or B block. I can't recall which block I was in, but I know Tito was on my side. So when you go to like the mess hall, when they open the big yard program, that's when you get to see everybody. You get to see everybody. Whereas in your block, say they got the small yard, that'll be only your side of the blocks come down. C, maybe D, they all come together and stuff like that. And then A and B and all that shit, they probably go together, stuff like that. Like I said, I can't remember how it all went. But now we in the mess hall. Like I said, the mess hall, sometimes you run into other companies, other houses too as well. So I can't remember what house Hookoff was in. I can't remember what house he was in or what block he was in, but he was in the mess hall. So now Tito Black, he's in a house that's ahead of me. So he's looking at me and he's giving me the nod like, boom, there you go. So he telling me like, I'm about to go. So I'm giving him that head back like, yeah, I'm about to go. And one thing I would say, man, that it was a bunch of other Bronx and Harlem dudes in the building, right? But my boy confined me. Why? Because, like I said, when they all first came through, like him, Billy the Kid, from the Young Guns, that's Sam, Sha, when all them came through, K9, when all them dudes came through from Spofford, they ended up with me. When they see how I'm moving, they see how I move, they see how I'm running the house, so they fuck with me because I'm genuine. I'm official. I'm not no tyrant. I'm not no bully. I'm none of that shit. I move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I move accordingly. So boom, these all my little guys and shit. So like I said, we in the mess hall now with Tito. So Tito Black, he give me the nod. I'm like, go, nigga. I mean, I got you. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Man, he dashed off the mess hall line. We in the mess hall. He dashed off the line. Now, Hookoff and them was sitting at a table and kind of like in the middle. And it was like, at the tables, I believe it's like 5 to a table, maybe 6 to a table. I believe that's how it went. That shit was so long. This is 1991 I'm talking about. So I believe it was 5 to a table or 6, no more, to a table. He run across the mess hall. Jump on Hookoff. But Hookoff on point too, cause he that's a bandit. He got cut by Tito Black, so he already on point. And he priority was scheming for him. So what I like about how Tito moved, man, that he really took a lot of knowledge from us that I gained from the older G's that was down there. Y'all call him OG Mac and all that shit. I know him as Old Keith and I could keep going on with the names. Rambo, all of them. John Rambo. I could keep going with the names. So I'm giving them that same game that they gave me. So he shoot across the damn mess hall and he jumps on Hookoff. Hookoff already on point. So they started shaking. The other dudes that was at their table, which was all Brooklyn niggas, they trying to come to Hookoff aid to help him. Nah, that's not happening. So now I shoot across and I start shaking and poking and jigging all these niggas. I'm hitting these niggas. Boom, 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 boom. I'm hitting, and I could have easily grabbed Hookoff. I could have easily grabbed him and finished him. But not that I fucked with him, but I fucked with the Fort Green brothers. So You know, I just went at solely at these other niggas. So I'm hitting these niggas. Boom, 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 boom. We scrapping. We getting crazy. The shit is going crazy up in that shit, man. One thing I say about that fucking jail shit, man, like, that shit is straight barbaric, savage shit, bro. That shit was sad when you really think about that shit, man. But we getting it in. I'm telling you, we getting it in so much, man. Boom, boom, boom. We battling. And one particular dude that later on I found out his name was Audi. I used to always wanted to know if this dude, and I was trying to find out if this Audi was the same dude that became Ola, became Damo, became Blood. I used to always want to know that, and I used to be trying to find that shit out. Because this is long history, and I say that, and you're gonna see what I'm saying. So we start shaking, boom, we all shaking. Police come, break it up, man, shit and all that, boom, boom, boom. They throw us on the wall and shit. I immediately go straight to the shoe. Everybody else go where they going, right?